All right, guys. Just want to do. Excuse me. I've had a cold, so my voice is a little bit messed up. But I've we've all I think heard and known about Archegos, but I think the last time we'd heard about them was last year when the fund collapsed. But there's a couple of interesting things that I want you to think about and why I think uh, Bill Whang, yeah, Bill Whang, I guess that's how he's gonna use pronounce his name is pronounced, is um, I don't know if he's some people speculate that he's cooperating, but the I want you to read the verbatim carefully with the DOJ what they released on Archegos because there's a term in here that is very unique, and that was the term sealed indictment. So they got him on. They're wanting to press charges with racketeering, which basically means he's conspiring with other individuals or entities to achieve some end result. But not only that, he was deceptive as well. So there's probably two sides of the coin. He's probably working with people to do certain things, and he's deceiving people. Um, but that was the main catch was um, the not only just RICO, but that this was part of a sealed indictment. So those sealed indictments could have been, they could have whoever like the DOJ and the SEC could have been doing discovery on these guys, investigating these guys for years. And that's very likely what's been going on is they've been under investigation for a long time. And then after Archegos collapsed, then when as soon as they collapsed, they probably got everything from them, probably seized everything, and that's why it was absolutely nothing. It was crickets about them, and that's probably when they were doing discovery. The problem is that when they got Bill Whang, they got all of his documents. They got everybody that was talking to him. So this is part of a much larger, uh, I guess, investigation. We're going to see many, many more things leading, as part of this. We're going to see many, many other entities named, and I also want you to realize that the um, it was not just um, uh, where's yeah it's the term racketeering is actually very there's actually like okay 35 offenses. So here's kind of a basic definition on racketeering, the RICO Act. But there's another term in here I want you to keep an eye on. So we're going to keep on the next 18, 24 months, 36 months. Keep an eye on that RICO word. You're going to hear that word a lot. But you're also going to hear the word embezzlement and money laundering. And that is can be linked and part of RICO. Okay? So all these charges for Bill Whang were on Wednesday, April 27th. Today, the 29th, guess who got raided for laundering? Deutsche Bank. Okay? Money laundering. I'm just telling you, this is almost a synonym. It can be almost a synonym for a charge under RICO. Okay? So do I think that, this thing with Deutsche Bank is just, a one off? Like they read it like, oh, they're, cooperating with local authorities and stuff. No. The FBI and the DOJ and we're like, hey, we got evidence on these guys. I need you guys to grant a search warrant. We're gonna go in and round them up and get all their. We're gonna get everything. Now, apparently, there's somebody that they were working, saying that they were working with the authorities and they were like, oh, we're suspicious. Either they got surprise attacked or somebody there was like, oh, snap, they got Bill Whang. We got ties to him. We might as well give ourselves up now and get off a little easier. And And that's kind of the way that the government's going to treat these guys is if they give up first, they'll get off easy. They'll go to the dinner table and there'll be some food there. They'll sit down and have a nice little meal and then they'll get a little fine and go to jail and they'll the guys that get off early will get to cooperate and they will get off a lot better. But the guys that hold out are going to get demolished. And so here's my guess. At the end of this, we're going to have guys that are fleeing to countries that don't have extradition. We're going to absolutely see guys go to Russia and other countries that do not have an extradition policy with the United States, and that's going to be a big deal if they have not already fled there. I mean, guess who has been flying his plane up near, northeast or northwestern Russian territory? Yeah, your boy Kenny. He's been up there a lot, so I think he's well aware of what's going on. I think those guys have far deeper intel than we give him credit for. I think he knows what's coming, and this is just the beginning. And so I'll call this Bill Whang brings down Wall Street, and I think he's going to be the guy that does it. Um, so yeah, this was the article on Deutsche Bank. This is the DOJ article on their website for the charges brought against Archegos, Bill Whang, and three other conspirators. There is also an SEC investigation, or not investigation, but a complaint filed the same day, 4/27, as the DOJ. This article is 40 pages. It goes into great detail what Whang was doing. And I think I read through it as much as I could. It was much more detailed than the DOJ one. And like emails, texts, all kinds of stuff. So it's a great little insight of what they do, how they do it. Um, and then I remember Viacom and Discovery getting smashed. And that's he was playing games in those stocks. They list his top 10 holdings in here. I'm going to list this in the video. So another thing that I want you guys to pay attention to is um, of course is SPY. Um, SPY is the here it is. Oh gosh, SPY is just getting demolished. But SPY is important because it's a point of reference for how we can gauge, liquidity in the market. And this is pretty high volume in here, but really I think it's just this whole rise in here, this is all very low volume. Um, yeah, it's a very steep rise. That's the other thing. But so yes, SPY is so we have and I've been watching crypto for a while. So we have crypto that is almost trading with SPY. We have stocks that are trading synonymously with SPY. We have AMC and GameStop that are pretty much trading in tandem with SPY. And it's like, well, why are they doing all that? It's because there's no more freaking money. There's literally no more money on the street. And in order to, because they got all this free money back here starting really the liquidity crisis back in here in October. That's when the Fed started handing out free money through the repo acts to the big banks like J.P. Morgan. A lot of hedge funds got, mostly the prime brokerages. But the government is just handing out money left and right there during that little correction. But there's no more free money coming out. Like they're not just handing it out anymore. And the only way I see like people talking, oh, we're gonna get a rebound. It's like, dude, in order to get a rebound on SPY, somebody has to buy, and nobody's buying. Um, this is, I think, leading up to a pretty nasty like terminal shakeout where it just flops on its head. I mean, The higher the interest rates go, I mean, I would think that you would see eventually when SPY drops, to that 350, 320 mark, that you'd see the margin debt graph go down, but I don't know. Well, I mean, especially after it might take a while, especially after interest rates go up. Okay. All right, it's going down. Oh, come on. All right, it's coming down a little bit, so that's a good sign. This is also something to kind of keep an eye on. But I won't keep you guys too long. But keep your eye out for money laundering, RICO, and more and more uh, just out of the blue investigations and uh, people essentially, uh, being charged in part of the RICO Act, which I think there were lots of, probably, if this is part of a sealed indictment, they either started with Bill Whang or they had many 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 and just waited for somebody to give up, and they're like, oh well, Bill Whang's available, let's go get him first, he's easy pickings, and then they build their case off of that. But to really build these cases and be successful, I think they have to have longer term investigations. You really got to know where to look, and have everything put together just right. Otherwise, they're wasting their freaking time with these guys, I think. Um, but I don't. I think they've got, now that they got Bill Wang, I think he's going to be the one that breaks it. He's going to break everything, I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll post up all these links. And good luck.